Travis Kelce's powerful message to young tight ends at TEU last weekend will inspire you. What if one of the NFL's biggest stars took time out of his busy off-season to sit down with the next generation of tight ends and give them real, unfiltered advice? That's exactly what Travis Kelce did last weekend at Tight End University. For those who don't know, TEU is the most prestigious tight end camp in the country. It brings together the best young prospects and current NFL players for intense training and mentorship. And this year, Travis Kelce showed up not just as a participant but as a teacher. In a nearly hour-long session, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar delivered what many are calling one of the most honest and inspiring talks young players have ever heard at the camp. Let's break down what Kelce actually said, why it matters, and what we can all learn from it. Tight End University has become legendary in football circles. Founded by former NFL tight ends like George Kittle's coach and others, it's a place where raw talent meets real knowledge. This year's group of newcomers included highly touted college prospects and a few undrafted free agents hoping to make an NFL roster. They came expecting drills, technique work, and maybe some stories from current pros. What they got from Kelce was something deeper. According to multiple attendees who spoke to reporters afterward, Kelce didn't just talk about route running and blocking. He talked about life, mindset, and what it really takes to survive and thrive in the NFL. Kelce started by acknowledging the obvious. You're all here because you're talented, but talent alone is not enough. He told the group that the biggest difference between players who make it and those who don't often comes down to how they handle the mental side of the game.
I think one of the biggest things that I've learned over the course of my career is a lot of guys coming into the league don't really know how to read a defense, understand the defense, and then attack that defense. But even when they do get defensive recognition, they're not using their skill set and their body movements intentionally to get open, keep windows open for themselves, and on top of that, do all this within the timing and the framework of the offense, right? So one of the biggest things I want to talk to you guys about is indicators, man. Outside of understanding the defense, once I have like the most simple, basic form of defense that you'll be able to recognize is man-to-man coverage. You got a guy sitting right in front of you. You got a guy standing soft and off 6 yards, staring right at your feet, at your hips. Once you know that it's man-to-man coverage, now I know it's mano-a-mano versus this guy and me, or mano-a-mano while I'm all on the QB's time. So depending on what route I have to be intentional with every single foot, every single step, every single head nod. What am I doing with my shoulders? What am I showing this defender to get open?
You're going to get beat, you're going to drop passes, you're going to have coaches yelling at you in front of everyone, Kelce said. How you respond to that is what's going to define your career. He shared personal stories about his own early struggles, being drafted in the 3rd round, fighting for playing time, and dealing with injuries and self-doubt. One moment that stood out to many listeners was when Kelce talked about his famous Kelce swagger. He admitted that the confident personality people see on the field and in interviews was something he had to grow into. I wasn't always this confident, he told them. I had to learn how to believe in myself even when nobody else did. He emphasized the importance of preparation, attention to detail, and taking care of your body. But the biggest emphasis was on character. Be a good teammate, be coachable, show up early and stay late. The guys who do those things are the ones who last. Kelce also spent significant time talking about leadership. At 36 years old and with multiple Super Bowl rings, he's now one of the veteran voices in the Chiefs' locker room. He explained how he tries to lead by example rather than just talking. The young guys are watching everything you do, he said. They see when you take extra reps. They see when you're frustrated. They see how you treat the staff. He encouraged the newcomers to find mentors and to be willing to ask questions, even if it feels embarrassing. One prospect later told a reporter that Kelce's willingness to be vulnerable was what hit hardest. Instead of just giving generic work-hard advice, he shared real struggles from his own journey. In an era where many star athletes keep their distance from younger players, Kelce's appearance at TEU stands out. He didn't have to be there. He's a Super Bowl champion with a massive platform and plenty of off-season commitments, but he chose to show up and pour into the next generation. This is the same Travis Kelce who has become one of the most popular athletes in America, not just because of his play on the field, but because of his personality and authenticity off it. His message at TEU perfectly captured why so many people admire him. He's successful, but he hasn't forgotten where he came from or what it took to get there. The response from both attendees and fans online has been overwhelmingly positive. Several prospects posted on social media about how impactful Kelce's talk was. One wrote, "Hearing from a guy who's done it all and still stays humble is something I'll never forget." Even established tight ends who were at the camp praised Kelce for taking the time to mentor the younger generation. For fans, it was another reminder of why Kelce has become such a beloved figure beyond just his football skills. Whether he's dancing on the sidelines with Taylor Swift or breaking down film for young players, he brings energy and authenticity to everything he does. Kelce's lecture at TEU wasn't just about football, it was about life. In a world that often celebrates instant success and loud personalities, Kelce reminded these young athletes that real growth comes from consistency, resilience, and character. His message aligns perfectly with the values that have defined his own career: hard work, loyalty, and never forgetting your roots. As the NFL continues to get younger and more competitive, moments like this, where veterans invest in the future, become increasingly important. Travis Kelce continues to prove that being a great player and being a great person don't have to be mutually exclusive. His appearance and talk at Tight End University last weekend wasn't just another item on his off-season checklist, it was an investment in the future of the position he loves. For the young tight ends who got to hear from him, it was likely a moment they'll remember for the rest of their careers. And for the rest of us watching from home, it was another reminder of why Travis Kelce has become one of the most respected names in sports. What did you think of Kelce's message? Have you ever received advice from a mentor that changed how you approach your goals? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more sports stories and analysis. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay hungry, stay humble, and keep grinding. I'll see you in the next one.